Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, how y'all doing out there, good people? This is your folks here at Grown Folk Talk Radio. We got a great show lined up for y'all tonight. We're going to be talking about some trending topics, a lot of things going on in the news. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about a few lighthearted things and a couple of serious issues that's going on as well. So if y'all listening, we would love y'all to call in. The phone number is 657-383-1155. That's 657-383-1155. I want to introduce y'all to my co-host, Sonny. Say what's up.
Hey, guys. What's up? It's your girl, Sonny.
All right. Here go my man, J. Rowe. How you doing, bro?
What up? What's good, Clint? How are you? Sonny, what's happening?
All right. Everything's everything. I guess we're going to jump right into it to tonight. Now, I mean, I wanted to talk about first. Now, I want to start off with something lighthearted and turn it into like a kind of serious issue. You know, it's a picture floating around of Lil' Kim. You know, she looks crazy. You know what I mean? It don't even look like the Little Kim that we grew up with. It looked like a whole totally different individual. You know what I mean? Face all white. You know what I mean? Blonde hair. Like, she don't even look human to me. You know what I mean? And I think that goes to, you know, what goes on a lot in the black community is self-hate. You know what I mean? There's all types of memes about her. You know what I mean? But I think deep down inside it comes from not loving herself, and she's portraying that out to the public. And I think a lot of kids, you know what I mean, she's still a role model to some people, and I think it's kind of sending a bad message. You feel me? In my opinion. What you think about that, Sonny?
I think she needs to deal with what's going on with her, because it's basically a clear case of how she feels towards herself or what she deems as looking pretty and things. And it's funny because I actually saw the meme on Facebook, and someone posted it, and it basically said, "Why are y'all judging her or talking about her?" And it had a quote with her feeling like she felt like all the men she ever dealt with didn't like her or didn't like her look, so that's why she changed herself. And it's basically a self-hate issue, which, like I said, you have to kind of love yourself and love your skin. But in this day and age, you can fix what you don't like. So that's what she did, and it's just showing that how she feels about herself. She feels that she looks better looking like that versus looking like the Little Kim we all grew up knowing from all her songs back then. So.
Yeah, she doesn't even look like herself. Like that's the thing that gets me. She looks like a whole different individual. What's your take on it, J. Rowe?
Like you said, like Little Kim that is not the Little Kim that I remember from back in the day. Like, I mean, I remember Lil' Kim back at the MTV VMAs coming out on stage, one titty hanging out, dark skin, you know, rocking out with Biggie and all of that. And then I look at Lil' Kim now and I'm just like, yo, who's this light skinned chick? Like, I don't know. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if it's self-esteem issues. I don't know if it's her trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know, trying to stay up with these younger, newer girls that are coming out. But I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw her, I was like, yo, Google Images messed up. They keep showing me this light-skinned chick. Like, I don't know who this is.
No, you said light-skinned chick from 3LW.
The light-skinned chick from 3LW. I was like, yo, who's this light-skinned chick from 3LW? Why they keep putting Lil' Kim name on her? Like, yo, it's not the same. Like, I don't know if it's self-esteem issues, if it's just her trying to keep up with the times, or just trying to, like, she's not even putting out music, so I don't understand like why she's doing this, like why she's going through these changes. Like, it's something with her.
To me, I think it's actually having the reverse effect of what she wants. You know what I mean? She wanted to look prettier. She wanted people to accept her for being prettier, but, you know, all the changes she made, now people are looking at her like, know what I mean? Like, nah, you looking strange. You feel me? And like you said, when we talk about the self-esteem, I always think back to the Cat Williams special.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he always say, nah, I can't, I don't want to mess up the joke. But he basically was telling me, you know what I mean, like, how can I make you, Sonny, you probably can say it better than me.
That sure can. He said, He said, you always screaming out, I messed up your self-esteem. He said, I messed up your self-esteem. He said, it's esteem of your motherfucking self.
Yeah, nah, baby, you motherfucker. So I don't really, you know, I know in the black community, as far as going in the entertainment industry, I should say, you know, they have to try to keep up. You know, it's harder for blacks in the entertainment industry. They gotta have a certain look, certain weight, you know what I mean, to progress in that genre. But I think she took it way too far. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, I feel like it's sending the wrong message to, you know what I mean, young girls that look up to you. You basically telling them, you know what I mean, don't be happy with yourself.
Or this is pretty, not what you were.
Yeah, exactly. Like, being black isn't beautiful. You know what I mean? Being black isn't good enough. You know what I mean? Like, she was so much prettier to me when she was younger. You know what I mean? Like, so much prettier.
Even with all that colorful hair.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's you know, light skin versus dark skin thing. Like, you know, some guys prefer light skinned girls over dark skin, but like us growing up in this generation, we know what Little Kim was and who she was before, and I'm not gonna front, she was cute before. Like, she always been cute to me. But this new look is just like I don't know if it's like, oh, you know, I gotta do the light skin thing because the guys like the light skin. That's what's in, right? Like, nah, like.
No, she's not even light skinned. She looked like a white person or a Chinese person.
She looked milky. She looked like milk. You know what I mean? It'd be like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, so, like, I think my message would be to all the young girls out there. I mean, love yourself, first of all. I mean, love yourself. Don't, I mean, you know, some people want to do, you know, I'm not with the whole plastic surgery thing. You feel me? Like, I never, you know what I mean, that's never been a thing that I was attracted to females. When I see females, like, fake breasts, butt implants, you know what I mean, like, carving your face up, like, to me, that was always, for lack of a better word, disgusting to me. You know what I mean? Like, I really did. I never was attracted to that. Some dudes like it. You know what I mean? They don't have no problem with it. But me, my personal preference, like, nah, I think it's a little bit too much. I like natural. You know what I mean? I like naturalness. You feel me? So we can move on, talk about something else. That's we're gonna tie in two subjects here. We're gonna move on from I'm gonna keep it entertainment though, because it's something we just talked about right before. You know what I mean? We came on the show, and that's Prince. You know what I mean? Prince, you know, there's a lot of speculation going around revolving his death. You know, when it happened last week, everybody was saying he OD'd or, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third. Now it's coming out that, you know, Prince had AIDS. He was diagnosed with HIV in the mid-'90s, and he refused to, take the proper medicine or what have you. And recently, you know, he caught pneumonia or got sick from having the AIDS, and that's the reason why he died. They say he was down to like 80 pounds. You know what I mean? His face was all yellowish. You know what I mean? His skin on his neck was hanging off, and his tip of his fingers were brown and yellowish. Like, oh, man. So, like, that was the last thing I expected to hear about. You know what I mean? J-Ro put me onto that right before the show started. Also, I wanted to touch on that and see what y'all thoughts on this.
Like I said, I've been listening to. I caught wind of it earlier this morning. Listening to the radio on my way to work, and they were saying that Prince had that he had AIDS, and he had like a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch, but he had drugs and pain medicine and all kind of stuff in his system. Even though they did the autopsy, and officially the toxicology reports aren't going to be released for another like 4 to 6 weeks or whatever it is. But somewhere somebody is saying that he had drugs in the system, that he's had AIDS, he's known about it for 6 months, but he didn't want to take any type of medication or anything for it because he's like, oh, you know, God's going to heal me. And now they're coming to find out, oh, this is why his plane had that emergency landing, because he was taking some type of drugs or narcotics or whatever it was, and he became unresponsive while they were flying, and that's why they had to make this emergency stop. Like, it's crazy that all these things come out once you pass away. Like, I mean, you can't really take everything seriously, like, especially when it comes to these artists, whoever it is, you can't take everything serious that you hear, but just to hear some of these stories and allegations that are coming out, you're just thinking and stuff like, wow, like, can this guy die in peace or live in peace or just, like, you want to remember Prince as the great artist that he was, not as, he was down to 80, 60 pounds when he died, he had AIDS, he had these drugs in his system, like, nobody thought of Prince like that. I ain't going to front. Before Prince died, like, nobody really heard of anything from Prince.
Mm-hmm,
like, he kept to himself. He was out at the basketball games. You might see him pop up on TMZ or in the news or something real small every once in a while, but he kind of kept to himself. But now all of a sudden, everything about this guy's life is coming out, and he's only been gone for a week.
Yeah, that's and it's crazy because, like they said, once you become a celebrity, your life is put out there, and it's hard to keep some of your life personal. And it's just sad because you think if he was really diagnosed with HIV and then had AIDS, he kept that private for a reason. And it's just like you said, at this point, you're bringing it out for what purpose? The only thing that people probably want to know is cause of death. You could say he died of pneumonia or the flu or whatever. You don't have to get divulge into this man's whole life story. As you said, we want to remember his legacy, not all this extra stuff. Like, you can't, and it's sad because that's where every celebrity, when they pass, you hear all the negative about them. But if you weren't hearing it before, it comes out.
And that's the thing about celebrity, being a celebrity. It's like that comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Even though as fans and supporters, we may not want to hear all of that, you feel me? But you got the media and all this. That's the stuff that comes with it, And I can understand him wanting to keep, that stuff private for all these years. Now, I mean, because I guess you could look at it plenty of ways. Like, maybe he didn't want everybody looking at him as a victim. You know what I mean? Or being all sympathetic towards him. They wanted to, like J-Ro said, he wanted them to see him as Prince, the performer, you know what I mean, the legend, the icon, you feel me, not some, sickly AIDS victim, or how they're going to portray it over time, you feel me? So, it gets deep, man. It gets deep. Like, I hope they don't try to drag his name through the dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear other females popping up on, well, yeah, he gave me this, gave me that, because this is a capitalist society. So even through tragedy, people going to try to capitalize off it.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I want to see.
Yeah. And then, like you said, you come out the woodwork. What are you coming out the woodwork for now?
Exactly.
Like, that's the case. You should have came out when it first happened. Like, don't come out now and say, oh, X, Y, Z. What was that, like, that was how long ago? And you bring it up now for what?
Exactly.
Because the guy's not here to defend himself right now. He happens all the time, though. It's not just with Prince. It happens all the time. And that's what's bad about a society. Like, people want to come off and try to dog these people or try to come up off of something like, oh, we're trying to get some money from the situation or become famous off of somebody else's bad situation. And that's just what the society has come to right now.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? It reminded me of when Tiger Woods, they found Tiger Woods cheating on his wife. His wife found out, she dealt with it how she felt she needed to deal with it. It's like all these women decided, oh, he slept with me too, or he slept with me too. Okay, like, y'all, at some point, nobody cares about his wife and her feelings.
Exactly.
Like, nobody wants, like, you're making her relive or go through knowing that her husband slept with all these persons. Like, at some point, you have to care about other people's feelings outside your own. And you're going on TV saying he slept with me too. Okay, so what does that mean? You knew he was married. So, like, you look crazy too.
That's the thing that get lost in all that when and people's celebrity is the family. Because now, people get so caught up in trying to break down that man's or any celebrity's background. Like they forget that man got family.
Yeah.
You feel me? That love them, and they don't want they don't want to hear all that negative attention. You know what I mean? And we don't want to hear it when things happen to us.
Yeah. So why would you
force
somebody to deal with it every day?
Exactly. You know what I mean? For millions and millions.
This man just passed. His family, a weekend been gone, and you just hearing negative after negative after negative after negative. The first day was positive, now it's all negative, and this person's family ain't even buried him yet, or or it's in the process of grievance. Like grieving somebody's death is a lot alone, especially a loved one. You're basically not giving them time to grieve.
They actually cremated him, as soon as the autopsy, right after the autopsy, they cremated him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I gotta. I'm trying to think because I don't know if it has something to do with his religion that they cremated him. Because I know certain religions, you once you are dead or deceased, they cremate you within the first, because he was cremated within the first 2 or 3 days of him passing. I know, I was going to say, some religions, I don't know exactly what the exact
Jewish
religion
people,
was.
don't they have a funeral the next day?
Some people do. I know Muslim religions that has to be done within the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
Certain religions that have to be done within the first 2 days, 3 days.
And like you said, I think that was part of the reason why he wasn't taking the medicine and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, was he a Jehovah's Witness?
That's what I was going to see. To try, I got to look and see. I think he was. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was.
Yeah, because I know, Jehovah's Witness, they don't do nothing with blood. You know what I mean? Organ donating, none of that. You feel me? It is what it is. At the end of the day, you just got to deal with it. But like I said, it's sad all across the board. You know what I mean? It's sad all across the board. Hope. You know what I mean? His family come to some peace. You know what I mean? I hope it don't. Well, one thing I don't want to see, because that's what they're talking about now, is his estate.
Mm-hmm.
What they're going to do with his estate, and I don't want to see that them going all crazy trying to find out who the money go to, this, that, and the third. Now I mean, I hope all of that just. I
hope he already had that will. Because at some point when you get that diagnosis, you have to kind of think about the future. You're not, realistically speaking, you're not going to live that long. Or you may live, some people do live final age and live long, prosperous lives. But for some, it's not so much. So I'm hoping that he was smart enough to have something written up and have something basically this is what's going to happen and that's it. Nobody can dispute it.
Mm-hmm. And this one thing, too. You know what I mean? The conspiracy theorists out there, you know what I mean, who trying to capitalize. We're talking about people trying to capitalize off a bad situation. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there talking about, they killed him because he bought all his masters, this, that, and the third. I hate that. I wish that stopped. You know what I mean?
The conspiracy theory people?
Yeah, because basically they're just trying to get their own agenda across. You know what I mean? Promote their own propaganda. They really don't care about the situation. You know what I mean? Like the guy, you know what I mean? Y'all watch the Hidden Colors DVD?
I haven't.
No.
Y'all heard? Have y'all ever heard of it?
I think I did hear about it.
The Illuminati stuff?
Huh? Nah, it's not really about. Nah, it's not about Illuminati. Hidden Colors. It's basically the guy. He I'm about to look up his name for a second. In a second, he basically breaks down the history of the Africans and the black man, and how the white man does this, that, and the third. And his name is Tariq Nasheed. That's his name, Tariq Nasheed. And he was just on the Breakfast Club radio show the other last week. And he was on there saying, whenever he threw Michael Jackson in there too, whenever the black man or somebody buy their masters or get ownership of their masters, somehow they always die right after. You feel me? Or they try to bring them down. My thing is, it sound good, but that's not the truth. You feel me? And you spreading this propaganda out there, and now you're misinforming the people. You feel me? And that we go back to talking about the family. You know what I mean? You're not showing no respect to the family. You just making up stuff to promote your own propaganda so people will come listen to you, buy your DVDs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's like that. To me, that's foul.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, rest in peace to Prince, man. I hope everything works out with his family. Like I said, I hope the estate, you know what I mean, everything goes smooth. I do believe they said his sister, I forget her name, Tika, something like that. I think the money went to her, $300 million or something like that went to her. You feel me? So hopefully she handled his estate right and everything goes smooth.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into something that kind of touches home for us in the city of Trenton. Recently, you know, everybody know how the city of Trenton, New Jersey is now. I mean, it's high. The violence here over the last 10 to 15 years has been, you know, it's just skyrocketed. You know, with the gangs, with the influx of guns in the city. You know, Trenton always been wild, but back in the day, you used to just be fighting. You know what I mean? It was rarely somebody got shot. You know what I mean? Every hood only had like one or two shooters. Now every little young boy around here got a gun.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So recently, a young girl, she was in a van, not too far from where you stay, Sonny.
I know, right up the street, actually.
Yeah.
Right up, one block up.
Yep. And the shot in the car, you know, and she got shot in the head. She was 16 years old. And, you know, right now in the city is angry. You know, there's a lot of uproar. You know, everybody's mad. But the thing is, it's like, what's the cause of it? You feel me? And, you know, as far as this situation go, you know, we got people on different sides of the fence. Some people saying, you know, because the situation was, I believe she was in a stolen car.
Yeah.
She was in a stolen car.
Yeah, and then from what the police report saying, and that she was in a stolen car with a bunch of other kids around her age, or some like maybe slightly younger, but they're in the same age group. It was apparently a misunderstanding previous, and there basically was a warning out on that street, and it basically said it's about the street about to get lit up, and instead of going in the house, people remained outside. The shooting occurred, and she was shot in the midst of, and then she shot at the car that she was in.
Yeah, they actually shot in the car. From what I understand, like, she really wasn't the intended target. But, you know, when you're shooting into a car full of people, you really don't care who you hit. You know what I mean, in my opinion. And, you know, on Facebook's been lit about this situation for the past couple days. You know, some people, you know, are saying, you know what I mean, she shouldn't have put herself in that position, where the parents was at, you know what I mean. And, you know, some of them are valid points. At the end of the day, she didn't deserve to die. You know, she was a baby, 16 years old. She didn't deserve to get shot like that, gunned down, her life cut short, you know. But, I don't know, go ahead, Sonny. What you think? What's your opinion?
Well, my opinion is, first of all, I live around here, and me and my child is 13. She's not outside. I will not let her outside when it gets dark, and I do not let her outside if it looks like it's just crazy. Because it's almost like when the street goes silent, you need to come in the house because something's about to happen. So she doesn't even go outside. But I just think that where I live, it's numerous of kids around here, very in age. You can start from my son's age and up. And these kids are outside playing, running around the streets all day. Some out later than what I would think they should be out, but that's what happens. And there's no parents around. I don't know where these parents are, why these kids are hanging out. I remember growing up not being able to hang out on a corner or nothing, hang out in front of the store, none of that. These kids are doing that. They hang outside of the corner store, especially the store a block up from me. That store is known to, I've been in that store multiple times where the owner has barricaded the door. Like, it's that serious out here. And I just think that being that these parents see how serious this area is, you need to be mindful of your children. You need to know where they are. I'm not saying that her parents are accountable for what happened. But I just think that parents as a whole need to understand where their kids are, who their kids are hanging around with. Make these kids aware of their surroundings, because they don't know, they don't know, or they oblivious or naive and think that they're just invisible. Stuff like that can happen, and it's very sad because she didn't have to die. Whether it was her fault for being outside or not, heeding the warning that these gang members or young people said or whatever. I just think that it was a wrong place, wrong time situation, and I just think that as parents we need to grab hold of our kids and talk to these kids, and let's be honest with them. Let them be aware of their surroundings and be accountable for where they are.
I agree. J-Ro, have you heard about the situation?
I actually didn't. I'm sitting here reading about it now. Like, this is the first I've actually heard about this, which is kind of crazy because, I mean, I listen to the radio, I read the papers. I actually have, like, it's crazy. The Trentonian is, like, the only one paper that I actually read. Like, I live in Burlington County. I mean, we have plenty of papers out here, but the Trentonian is the one paper that I read daily, and I just haven't had a chance to read it this week so far, and I'm kind of surprised that I missed this. This is the first I've actually heard about it, and I'm actually reading it right now as you guys are talking about it, and it's just crazy. Like you say, I mean, according to several sources, residents of the street were warned the street was going to be lit up like a firecracker minutes prior to the shooting. Like, that's, like, how do you say, like, no words.
I'm surprised they even got a warning, because usually, like, I lived on Stuyvesant previous to living here. When you heard fireworks, I thought that at the while you could use fireworks with gunshots. That's how often we heard them. And now to the point where my daughter, before we moved here, she was maybe 9. She knows what gunshots sound like. To where if she hears the gunshot, if we're in the house, she still gets down. Like, it's crazy.
I think the issue with me is, like, it's on many fronts. You feel me? Like, I ain't in the business of blaming nobody except for the shooter. You feel me? Because he pulled the trigger.
Yes.
Whoever he is. I don't know who the shooter is or whatever, but he pulled that trigger. I think, first of all, these young kids got to understand, like, you don't have to, your first reaction doesn't have to be murder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where's your sense of self-worth? You know what I mean? Because if you have some self-worth, you'll appreciate life more, you'll appreciate other people's life more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So your first thought shouldn't be, kill, murder. Like, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So that right there has to change. Like, we talk about the parents. So, parents have to be more in their kids' lives and talk to them and teach them. Like, that's not the right way to go. You feel me? Like, it's other avenues. You know what I mean? Even if you don't agree with violence, but shoot, if you got a beef with somebody, man, shoot the fade. You know what I mean? Fight. Call it a day. Win, lose, or draw. But everybody get to go home. You know what I mean? Live another day. Then, on the other note, like you said, Sonny, that area is a high crime area. You know what I mean? Like most of the areas in the city. So, but it's never a heavy police presence over there.
No, it's not.
It's never. Like I don't understand that. So, like, the city knows this. Like, the city knows this area right there is a dangerous area for anybody. So why don't you regulate it? Why don't you, have some police posted up out there on the regular?
Oh no, they were there. They were there
the
day after.
Weed man, that's why.
Yeah, no, they were.
I said because they worried about locking up the weed man. That's why.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy because they were around here. Matter of fact, one cruiser was right outside of my house, just sitting there with the lights turned low, just sitting there. And then there was one on the top of on the top of Jersey where the shooting occurred, like right at the next block up. And I'm just okay, you guys were here out for one freaking day after it.
Yeah, that's my point. Like, y'all being reactionary instead of being preventative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could prevent, your presence alone can prevent a lot of stuff from happening.
And Jersey Street is just crazy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
You type in Jersey Street on Google, you're going to know it's a lot of shootings.
But the reason why is because they know that the police don't come out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The police they're not a priority. So if they know you know what I mean, like, they're going to let us do whatever we want to do out here. You know what I mean? Only when people start getting killed or things start getting crazy, then y'all come. Then y'all want to raid. You know what I mean? But that's all after the fact.
They need to raid on this area like every other day. They need to be raiding.
You know what I mean? They don't even got to raid, really. You know what I mean? They just got to show a presence.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I ain't, people going to do what they're going to do. You know what I mean? It's real out here. You know, that's a poor area. So, you know, people going to get their money how they going to get their money. My thing is, you know what I mean, you don't got to be killing nobody.
Yeah.
You feel me? You don't got to be all extra or out there being crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do what you do. And the police presence will, you know what I mean, prevent that.
Yeah. But I just want to make this clear. I am not accusing the parents of this little girl. I really feel bad for them, and I know that they're hurting because that's not something that you want to hear about your child, let alone she was in the hospital for maybe 2 days, and they were just praying that she was going to pull through, and it's just sad that she went, and I just hope that they catch the killer, and they should have cameras around her because they're shooting around here constantly. I don't know why they don't have cameras on these streets, but I just think that I hope they catch this guy or whomever it was and arrest them, and they are tried and found guilty, and that something happens. And I just think the city and as a whole in Trenton needs a big change because it's not just up the block from me; it's everywhere. There's craziness happening all around Trenton, and it's like our city is crumbling right before our eyes. And it's just sitting there. We can say what we want to say. Our police force has been downgraded. Within the past 2 years, it's been downgraded. If crime went up,
they did bring some police back. Let me correct
that. They bring some back, but they're also doing in the prison system. They're letting go of staff.
Yeah.
Like at some point, you guys have to realize where we need where we need the police force to be at. We need to have people walking around. I understand it's not safe. It's not safe at this point. I don't even want to send my daughter to the store. I'd rather order out because she can get shot in broad daylight. Straight bullets, run. It's live. They don't got no name on it.
Mhm.
And I would hate for one day for me to send her to the store. She can be walking to the store right at the corner. Something could happen. I don't know because it's not it's not my block. But once you go past that block, or if somebody's running from a gun and run down my street, it has happened. Running down my street is shooting. And that's just not my street. It's all other streets.
Oh yeah, I've been plenty of times. I've been sitting on my porch. You feel me? Off top, I could think of 3 situations when I'm just sitting on my porch. One time I'm walking, I got my headphones on, bang, bang, bang. You feel me? Look down the street, dude just got murdered. You feel me? One time, dude come to the corner, he looking at the corner, he looking at me standing on the porch, I'm looking at him, he turned the other way, you know what I mean, turn the corner the other way and just start shooting at everybody that's down the street. You feel me? Then there's a big field across my street. You know what I mean? One day, I'm just out there. You know what I mean? Door open.
Yeah.
You feel me? I look out the door. You know what I mean? Dude running through the field. They shooting at each other. I'm like, come on. Like, y'all, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. And a lot of it.
And these babies, and like a lot of the killings that's been happening recently is broad daylight with kids outside.
Exactly.
And like, y'all don't care that these kids are coming home from school and somebody's getting shot. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. They had it's a charter school, I think, called Foundations Academy.
Yeah.
It's not too far from Spring Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they just recently had, in broad daylight, after kids was being let out of school, you know what I mean, there was a shooting right there. You feel me? So they had to have the police force out there. Huh? Yeah, they had to have the police out there to direct traffic and, you know what I mean, just to protect the kids. Because, you know, these fools out here, they shooting in broad daylight and don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just don't care.
They ain't got no aim, no gun experience. They just want to be seen like something, and they shooting and knowing these bullets don't have no name on it. Somebody, innocent kid, could be just coming home from school and freaking get shot. Like, it's sad right now. Like, Trenton is right now a sad place, and it's crazy because you never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. And, like, you know, I really have no idea of how to attack it. But you have to attack it on so many fronts. You know what I mean? You can't just attack it on as far as the parents. You can't just say the police got to do this. Everybody has to work together.
No, but you know what's happening too? You remember when we grew up, we had all those programs. We had NDI, we had Project Smile, we had Upward Bound, we had all these different things you can get into. Like, I remember my mom kept us in different things. Like, we had not only the sports things you could get into, they had Vacation Bible School, they had everything you could think of. Summer stuff you could either go to summer camp, Vacation Bible School, or go to the church had some, like one of the churches had like a little summer camp. Like, is no community, like we had so much stuff, and now we don't have that. A lot of the things that we had when we were kids, they don't have that now. It's just nothing. Everything is high. Everything costs. Nothing is, like, they don't have these different programs. I remember we used to have lunch at the park, and you can go to the park and swim all day, and they had
hold on.
They had activities.
Hold on, Sylvie. Do we have a caller?
Yes, we do. Hold on. Hello, this is GTF Radio. Who I'm calling?
This is Alex. Can you hear me?
What's going on, Al?
What's up? What's up, man? What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
All right. What you wanted to add to the convo? Yeah, we hear you. What you wanted to add to the convo, big bro?
Oh, yeah, I just want to elaborate on what you guys was talking about earlier as far as the police presence within the town. And, you know, I work within the city. I work on Perry Street. And I observe it every other week. I see them, like, making raids around the city, specifically on Perry Street. Not too long ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, you guys probably read about it in the paper. They had a big raid on Perry Street. And my thing I always notice is, like, with the recent shooting with the little girl is, like you guys said, everything, the way how the cops move is always after the fact. It's never nothing to prevent it from happening. But you guys put all these resources into these drug raids, and it's almost like their mentality on it is like, okay, you guys can shoot up each other, but as long as you don't make too much money on these streets, it's whatever. Exactly. It's a crazy mentality that they have with the city. And as far as, you know, us doing something to better the city, is like, at the end of the day, it's just everybody got to take a look in the mirror. You got to look at you. If you got kids, you got to say, like, how are my kids living out here in this world? Are they being productive citizens, or are they just out here doing whatever? And if you know your child not living right, you got to look at yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody got to take responsibility. That's what it comes down to. Everybody got to take responsibility. Like, we can all cry. We're going to talk about it. And then 2 weeks after this, it's going to be a forgotten topic. And then something else going to happen. So it's like, it just everybody got to take accountability. So, and we already know how the police department is. So it's like, we got to police ourselves in a way. Like, you see these knuckleheads, obviously you can't approach these little young boys because they'll kill you. We got to be blunt about it. It's nothing for them to play with these guns, because that's the way how the culture is now. It's not just Trenton. It's everywhere. It's in the music. That's just the way how the culture is nowadays. So it's like, these little kids think, they'll tell you straight up, well, I don't fight, and they'll laugh at you about fighting. They'll tell you straight up, like, man, I ain't fighting, I'm shooting you. So you got to know how these young, they don't think like how they a different breed from us. The culture is different. So it's like, man, it just got to, everybody got to take accountability. You know what I mean? It falls back on us, too. Like, we got to take us, especially us men, because at the end of the day, these young boys, a lot of them don't got no dads. So it's like, by the time you get, if you've been growing up with no guidance, and by the time you get 12, 13, that's a rotten apple right there. To be honest, it's sad to say, because it's like, by the time you get to that age, you can't tell them nothing, because they don't. A lot of these kids, they living hard lives. Like, I seen it when I was growing up. I grew up in the projects. Like, as tough as my situation was, it was kids that had it rougher than me. I mean, by the time I was 12, half of my friends were selling drugs. It wasn't because they thought it was cool. So some of them had to. Yeah, you got some that's followers, but some of them they had to because they ain't had nobody. So that's why as parents, we gotta take it comes down to us as parents. We gotta take accountability for our kids.
Exactly.
So that's what it comes down to. How can you have a child?
Alex, I have a question.
In school. Go ahead.
I have a question. You probably grew up the same era we did, but you know how we had a lot of the summer programs, a lot of the school year programs that we were involved in. Do you think that with the lack of that in Trenton right now, this is why these kids they have really nothing to do? Do you think that's why they're getting sucked into this life?
That's part of it. Yeah, that's definitely a reason because if you don't got nothing to do, it's easy to fall in love with the streets. Especially that's just the culture. Gotta be honest. That's the culture. It's cool to be bragging about. I'm from the streets. I do this. I do that. So when you add the fact you ain't got nothing else to do, these kids don't play basketball, and like you said, they don't got no weed and seed. They don't got none of that. So you add that
we used
fact
to have all
on top of it. It's you got the deck stack against these kids. It's the odds is against them. The odds is against us. So it's it's already rough. It's already hard. The odds is already against us, and then you making it harder against with each other. So it's you just gotta take accountability as parents. To me, that's the only solution. We got just look in the mirror.
Yeah, I definitely agree with
that's
you.
what I add to the conversation. Thank you for having me on.
No, thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling in, bro.
Definitely appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right. I want to piggyback off what our caller was talking about because, I remember we had a show a few months ago. We had the brother Darren Freedom Green on here, and I mentioned then, back when I was growing up, the old heads. We called them old heads, but they really weren't old heads. They's probably about 6-7 years older than us. You feel me? But they talked to us. Even though they was doing their dirt. Me and my boy was just talking about this the other day. They held us accountable. You feel me? They seen us not in school or just walking around the neighborhood or something like that. They approaching us young boy, what you doing? Don't make me go to your body. Don't make me go tell your mom this, that, and the third. You feel me? And they taught us about respect and earning respect. Like I said, at one point in my part, we couldn't play basketball. They wouldn't let the young boys on the basketball court unless you throwing the boxing gloves. You feel me? Because you had to earn something. You just couldn't. We was talking last week. Everybody feel like they're entitled to something.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, that was our way out here, out East Trenton to do. You got to put on them gloves. You feel me? You just not. It taught us respect, taught us how to earn, and it taught us. It made us feel good about ourselves at the end of the day. Nowadays, I notice, and I guess I got to take part of the blame for it too. The old heads is not engaged with the young boys like that. If anything, the old heads are out here acting like they're young boys.
Amen.
They
I know that's
like, right.
Yes.
You feel me? You got 30 dudes out here 35.
Now
you acting you acting like you're 20, 21. Come on, bro. You about to be pushing 40. You out here doing the same thing you was doing when you was 20, 19, 18. Come on, where's the growth? And I think the kids see that. These young boys and these young girls, they see that.
Mm-hmm.
So when they don't see no growth in you, and we are who they look up to, well, then they don't have no hope.
Yeah.
They don't have no hope. And the one thing about the city, and I noticed, I don't know how it is up there where you live at, J-Ro, but I noticed that nowadays more females are out here being violent and out here acting wild than ever before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before, you know what I mean?
It was just guys.
Females always fought. You know what I mean? You always catch a female fighting. But for the most part, females were trying to calm situations down. Nowadays, it seems like they more escalating them.
Yeah.
Like they just as involved. Now, I mean, they want to go get their gun too. So it's like it has, like the caller said, it's a different era, a different age. You know what I mean? So we have to approach it differently. We have to come up. Can't keep doing the same thing we've been doing. Thinking things are going to change.
Yeah.
You know,
it's crazy. I got this one. I kind of want to say friend on my one of my social networks, and all she's constantly talking about is how the girls are out here hating on her, how she's crazy, she ain't scared to go to jail, and how she'll kill somebody or shoot somebody or fight whoever, like constantly, like every day. Like it got to the point where I stopped following her. It was just like, yo, from 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, all you over here doing is talking about how somebody's hating on you, how you want to fight somebody, how this person wants to fight you. And I'm just like, yo, like, I've never grown up in a period like that before. Like, it's all around. It's everywhere. It's not just where y'all at. It's everywhere.
And I got a couple like that, too,
said,
on my Facebook.
It's the mentality. I think the mentality. The one thing, I remember posting this on Facebook a couple years ago. The one thing we got to get out of our culture that I think helped destroy a lot of things is that word hater.
Yeah.
Player hater. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that started back in like 9-6, 9-7 with Diddy and them, Biggie and all that. You know what I mean? So now it's like everybody think they got haters.
Not everybody.
You feel me? You feel like everybody got haters out there. So now it's like your mindset different. You feel me? So any type of criticism, you think somebody hating on you. You know what I mean? They against you. I mean, like it gets deep. Like it's crazy to me. It's like, man, y'all got everybody likes to be petty now. Like it's cool to be petty. It's cool to be ignorant. You know what I mean? It's cool to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like that's not
cool. Sometimes petty is fun.
You know, I mean, like
I'm petty at certain times, not all times, but certain times.
Yeah, but it's like nowadays being petty will get you killed.
Yes.
You feel me? Like being petty will get you killed. Like it's cool to be petty when you joking amongst your friends and all that. You know what I mean? But being petty will get you killed out here. You feel me? People getting killed over that. You know what I mean?
But oh, my fault. I don't mean to cut you off, but I know you said being petty is cool when you're amongst your friends, but not even, because, you know, sometimes your friends are doing.
Exactly. Your friends will be the one to get you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, your friends will be the one to get you. You know what I mean? Your friends will be the one to smooth set you up out here. You feel me?
It's funny because J. Rose said that because I know I got a couple friends on my Facebook that's always about to fight somebody. They'll pop off at the job and blah blah blah. It's like, how old are we? We're like the 30+ crowd. What are you still doing about to fight? First of all, you have kids you need to take care of. At what point is fighting over for you? Because I know for me, I fought half of my whole life. At some point in my life, I said, you know what? I can't be doing this. I'm too old for this. I don't have time for this. Not only do I have time, I had to raise my kids. I can't be out here fighting somebody because so-and-so don't like me or so-and-so said this, why is they. The only way I'm fighting you is you had to walk up to me and put your body in my bubble. And if I tell you to move, you don't move. That's the only way I'm going to pop off on you. But I'm not just about to go swing on you just because you made me mad. You said something or you posted something on social media, so I'm going to catch you when you act doing. Like, come on. Like, at what point do you grow the hell up and set an example for these kids? Because you out here fighting in front of your kids looking dumb over nothing. And 9 times out of 10, it's over a man. And you're looking stupid because he probably sleeping with you and the girl you're fighting with. So I don't like. It's messy. And like I said, they're not setting examples, good examples for these kids watching this. Like, because at the same point, what they're going to do, pull out phones, put you on War Star, on YouTube or whatever, immediate takeout, and then you looking dumb because you old as hell out here trying to fight somebody. Like,
exactly.
You need to grow up. You setting a bad example.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? We like to, people out there that's listening, you know, call in. We still got a few minutes left in the show. The phone number is 657-383-1155. You know, if you're listening, obviously on blogtalkradio.com, /GFT radio show.
Did you say black slash?
Yeah.
That was a whole lot of shade. This nigga said black slash. So it's not a white slash, it's a black slash. Okay.
You can also go to our website. You know what I mean? We love for y'all to go to our website, gftradioshow.com. Of course, we got our YouTube channel as well. Go on YouTube and subscribe to there if you missed any of our previous shows. You know what I mean? YouTube channel. It's called GFT Radio. This is what we do, people. You know what I mean? We talk about, we have fun, we like to entertain, but we also talk about serious issues, how it affects the community, what we can do. You know what I mean? I think these conversations is always important, even the lighthearted ones, because even in the lighthearted conversations like we was talking earlier about, Lil' Kim and all that, the underlying, values of that was, self-esteem. So, we touch on all aspects on this radio show. Before we close out, I want to talk about, we said we weren't going to really mention it, but I do want to bring up the Beyonce thing real quick. I know
Fired. I'm not part of this. I want to be part of this discussion. Y'all can talk about this amongst yourselves.
You know what I mean? Nah, because really, I wanted the mob mentality, because she has such, I don't think people understand how much power she got. You feel me?
Talk about her. That's the Beehive gonna get you.
Yes, that was, they really, and it's serious. And people take that Beehive joint serious. They really went after Rachel Ray. First they went after Rachel Ray
because they didn't even know that. First of all, if you're gonna go after somebody, this is the PSA. You're gonna have to go after somebody, go after the right person. Don't be throwing shade at somebody that you got the wrong person. Get your facts straight. Listen to what she said, and then follow through. Don't go messing with somebody that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Poor Rachel Ray trying to cook some stuff. And y'all there throwing shade her way for nothing. Oh, wrong person. Did any of y'all bitches apologize? I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead.
But I guess my point of this is are we giving these celebrities too much power over us? Because it ain't just the young crowd that's following these celebrities. It's people that's our age, and older. You feel me? That they hang on to her every word. Did y'all see the meme that they got posted to where what it say? It says Beyonce has one child worth $500 million. You know what I mean? She could talk about leaving her man. She gonna be all right. Meanwhile, you got 3 kids and $500. You know what I mean? You should stay put. I'll be like, that's.
Not even that. They probably living in Section 8 housing, but we're not gonna go there because I ain't about to throw shade or be petty. As Claire said, that's not a good look or it's not attractive.
You know what I mean? So it's like what you know what I mean? Like she really got these females out here in formation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is hilarious. It's like
Suddy said, that Beehive is worse than the FBI, yo. The Beehive is like her personal security database, FBI, CIA, Secret Service. You say anything negative or bad about Beyonce, best believe you're gonna be the next person.
You are a hater.
You are a hater. You're the next person on the Summer Jam screen. Your Twitter. They'll be knocking on your door. They'll have protests. The Beehive doesn't play when it comes to Beyonce, and it's crazy. I don't understand it. Like why she has this much power overall. Like she's an entertainer. She makes music. Like this is her job to do these things, and she gets these people riled up and all this stuff. And she got the right ones though. She definitely has the right followers because there's some loyal. These people are more loyal to Beyonce than they are to their own family, and they don't even know Beyonce like that.
Exactly.
You got grown folks, you got little kids out here defending Beyonce, little grown people hitting up Rachel Ray, little kids hitting up Rachel Ray, don't even know who Rachel Ray is, getting her confused with Rachel Roy. And the Beehive, somebody had posted something on my page about, on my Facebook about the Beehive, and I was like, I'm not taking part of this because the Beehive is watching. All they got to do is type hashtag Beehive and see who's talking bad about them, and you can be the next one. You can be the next victim.
They are the Illuminati. That's what they are. They're the Illuminati. They will swoop you and kill you, and you'll be gone.
What's so funny about the Beehive is you don't know. You don't know who part of the Beehive because, it'll be somebody real. Like you said, you'll be on your Facebook and you'll say something about Beyonce. There'll be somebody just ease on your stat real quick, but they real calm with it. But they really just trying to reel you in. Like, say, I dare you to say get disrespectful. I'm gonna attack you on here. You feel
now
me?
y'all gonna make me go on my Facebook and put Beyonce hashtag Beyonce and hashtag the Beehive, and I'm gonna get You a hater. I'm about to do that shit because I'm ignorant. Wait a minute.
You gonna get reported. They gonna report you.
She'll be blocked in the next 2 minutes. In the next 2 minutes, all her personal information will be out on the internet. They will be standing outside of your door. She's gonna start getting emails at work from people. It's crazy, yo. Don't mess with the Beehive.
Y'all.
Don't tag me.
Y'all on that post.
I was getting ready to post something, but I stopped myself because I was going to hashtag the Beehive, but I was like, nope, not going to do it because nah.
No, I mean, but it's just funny to be like the sheeple out here because, like, you know, she just making music, like you said, J-Ro. Don't nobody, you know what I mean, which all that stuff she said in the song could be totally untrue. She just making songs just to get the people riled up. You feel me? And it's just funny. It's just funny to me. It's just funny. But you know
what's funny too? No, you know what's funny? They had a meme on Facebook that I saw, and it basically had Jay-Z and Beyonce laughing, and she was walking through because, mind you, the song she recently had out, Lemonade or whatever. She like in some of that album she has Jay-Z in her video. And they're like, oh, he's making up for it. I'm like, no, it's called
marketing.
It's called marketing. Like they know exactly what they're doing. Even if he did not cheat on her, she gonna make a song, and guess what? He's still gonna be in it. And they still gonna make money, whether or not she's like normal folks. She got cheated on. He humped on the next person. It wasn't like, come on, we already heard that there was rumor that he was messing with Rihanna too. Like, come on, like this ain't nothing new. He was talking to other females. Ain't no one person gonna satisfy him. He was doing whatever he was doing. She still stayed with him, whatever. But like she making this video and making money off y'all because y'all all gonna be hating on y'all man and y'all still gonna be with him. So shut up. Y'all gonna listen to her song all while still doing the same man nigga be doing the same thing to you that Jay-Z was doing to her, and y'all still in love. So shut up. It's crazy.
Oh man, yeah, that's too funny. That's too funny.
Talking about that, I believe it was all part of it. It's an excellent, brilliant marketing plan that they had. One, like I say, we talked about it earlier. Two of her last 3 albums have been released, like with no promotion, no advertising, none of that stuff. You really didn't know they were coming out. This last one, the Lemonade joint, she had like an hour-long special on HBO. The Beyonce album that dropped last year or the year before, whatever it was, came out. There was no promotion about it. There was no singles. Like you didn't hear a thing about it until it dropped. This one came out. She did it good. She had everybody talking about it. It came out last week. People are still talking about it a whole week later. She put it out on Tidal. The Tidal is that new thing that's coming out now. You know, her and Jay-Z, her husband, are like owners, co-owners, part owners in this whole internet music distribution, the whole Tidal thing. And that's what they put it out on. Everybody talking, oh, Beyonce made this whole album. Jay-Z didn't know about it. And she's putting all their business out. Like, there's no way he did not know about this. Like I said, he was in one of the videos. Like, how do you put out an album, put out an hour-long special, all this other stuff on a I don't even want to call it a label, but on the marketing thing that you and your husband co-own together, and you're gonna say that, oh, he didn't know anything about it. Yeah, it's all marketing, and they got people talking about it. They got people buying it. She got this world tour going on. Like it was all part of the whole thing. That reminds me also, the line of her song. She got hot sauce in her bag. Everybody was talking about, oh, I got hot sauce in my bag, and they was walking around buying hot sauce, and then she had the video drop, and hot sauce turned out to be a baseball bat. Like, come on now. Now everybody talking about, oh, yeah, I got hot sauce in my bag, too. Like, first of all, y'all, like 2 months ago, y'all talking about hot sauce, like going out and buying bottles of hot sauce, and then all of a sudden everybody got baseball bats. Like, come on now. They're just followers. Like, it's crazy.
You know, it's funny, y'all. I just got called a hater on Facebook.
See?
I just got called a hater on Facebook by a man. I'm just letting y'all know that I tagged y'all in the post and in the comment section. And they said, sound like a hater to me, LOL, because I put F Beyonce in parentheses, butt pad, and the hashtag Beehive. Yeah, I said it, and I already got called a hater. So it has started. That's why I let y'all know in my comments that if I do not make it out, please make sure my kids are taken care of. It's still out here in the street. But they threatening my life. I'm unsafe. But I don't understand it. Like this Beehive believe that this lady carried a full-term baby. Whatever that lady says, she can go jump off her birthday. Probably gonna jump with her. I don't know. I just think at this point she could do no wrong. She can switch up and say, now I'm in the females. I don't even want dudes. Females gonna turn around and be lesbian. So at this point, she basically mind controlling these people. These people are all stupid, but that's what they choose to be. They're all weak-minded people, I guess. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. So, all right, it's 11 o'clock. You know what I mean? We normally go to the after show around this time. You know what I mean? So, what y'all want to do? Still got some stuff y'all want to talk about? Get off your chest?
I enjoyed the show. I think we hit on everything that we said. Almost everything. I know we did touch on the $20 bill last week. I don't know if we want to get back into that again, or we want to save that until later. But this show definitely, we had a lot to talk about. It's whatever. I know this Beehive stuff is going to start a whole lot of conversation.
Exactly. We could touch on the. We could definitely touch on the Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. Because I've noticed my issue, my thing about it. I don't have an issue with her being on the bill, but I've noticed on my Facebook feed, it was a lot of shade. Basically on all my social media sites, there's a lot of shade thrown at her. A lot of from black people. You know what I mean? You get a lot of black people being like, you know what I mean? And it's really shallow. Like, they don't think she's pretty enough to be on there. Like, I've seen this. I've read it. You know what I mean? They don't think she's pretty enough to be on there, or, why can't they do somebody that's more modern and stuff like that, So I think, it goes back to what we was talking about earlier, the way we see ourselves as black people, you know what I mean? And, instead of us celebrating, a hero of ours, you know what I mean, we find some way to belittle it ourselves. And it's like, how can we get mad at any other people when they belittle our successes or the things we do when we do it the most? You feel me? That's you know what I mean? That's the main thing I got from that, because it's just like, then you get the people saying, well, you know what I mean, it really don't mean much, you know what I mean? Y'all so easy. You got a car? Or nah, just it don't mean much. We so easily impressed. They throwing us, you know what I mean, bones. They ain't really, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, can we celebrate something? You know what I mean? Can we celebrate, you know what I mean, a little? Even if it's not major to you, you know what I mean, it's still something. You feel me? It's still something. Went from a slave owner to somebody who freed slaves on the money. You know what I mean? But, it's like we're our worst enemies sometimes.
Yeah, we tear each other down quicker than anybody else could, and then like you said, we get mad at the next person that's not the same race as us. And it's like they shouldn't do it. We do it. Nothing we could do. Even when we have the movies, even when we have movies that somebody shouldn't play this, it should be this. And it's just at this point, I get it to an extent, but it's an actor. Like, they're supposed to do their job. I get it with the Egypt movie. I get that. The one with Moses. I get that one. But when we have black actors playing black people, they're not dark enough to play that person. They're not this, so they can't play this person. Or they're too light to play this person. In some movies, it's a difference, but at the end of the day, they're actors. They're not going to find somebody that looks just like that person unless it's their kid. Unless you got Ice Cube's son waiting for you playing Ice Cube, that's different. But
even Ice Cube's son, like damn near a foot taller than his daddy. So that ain't.
Yeah. He just had his dad smile, the same smile and stuff, and he looked like him a little bit. But even like that, you get these movies where they want these person to look like a spot on person. If they too light, it's too much. If they too dark, oh no, why they do that? They gotta white. They gotta make them lighter. It's never. Black people are just never satisfied. Well, not all. Not saying black people as a whole, but some people are just never going to be happy about anything. You can't do anything. You got to find some reason to tear somebody down, and it doesn't make sense. So what she had to scarf on? So what if not a good picture? Do you understand that in slavery there weren't that many pictures of slaves? They picked the picture, and that was it. The fact that we have a black president. Even with Obama, he wasn't all black, so he don't really count. Like, what the hell? He's black. Back in the day, if you were 2% black, you were a nigga. Like, it didn't matter if you had any hint of nigger and you was a nigger. Like, what the hell? So, like, why is it any matter that they put a black woman on a $20 bill and that now she's not good enough? Oh, no, she's not pretty enough. Oh, no, she has a scarf. Like, shut up. Be happy. Celebrate.
I got a text message earlier about the about people who are of color that you probably didn't know or think about, and some of the names on that list were kind of shocking. John Hanson, Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln, Calvin Coolidge, Warren Harding, Dwight Eisenhower. They all have African American roots. I was vaguely familiar with this, but I kind of heard about it before. Dwight Eisenhower's, they say his mom was actually African American. The oldest people on that list that I just named have some type of African American roots tied to them, and a lot of people don't like to claim that. They try to hold you back and hold you down. But if you read and do some research, like, you'll find out a lot of these people do have some type of African American roots tied to them. And those were black presidents before Barack Obama. I mean, you got a little bit of black in you, you're black. So those are black presidents before Barack Obama. So just a little bit of information everybody can look into.
Yeah, that's definitely. I heard about the Thomas Jefferson before. I never heard about the Dwight Eisenhower. That's news to me. I'm gonna definitely look into that. Read up on that. That's deep right there. But even modern day, what's the young lady name? Ronda Rousey.
Mhm.
Yeah, they just found out recently she had, African American blood in her. You feel me? So it's like you never know. Like, you really never know sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, the race is mixed. Feel me? But people out there, if you're still listening, y'all want to give us a call? Phone number is 657-383-1155. I think we're going to go on for a couple more minutes, and we're going to shut it down. Not me. So anything else y'all want to chop it up about real quick in the after show?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the girl in the bathroom.
Oh, the Delaware thing.
The Delaware incident, yeah. I wanted to talk about that because I know me and Clint had a discussion a couple days ago about that, and like we were talking about how something like that could happen. And being that we do believe that these kids should be held accountable for their actions. We're not going to say that we don't believe that. We definitely believe that. But when you're in a fight, and especially when it's like a mob fight, you kind of get lost into it. Like we can see how it can happen and how they probably didn't intend on. They probably intended on harming her severely, but they didn't. I don't think they intended on killing her or having her hit her head. But then again, it was said that one of the girls had knocked the girl's head against the sink or the toilet. And basically, you get so, I grew up fighting, so you get so engulfed in what's happening, sometimes you black out. But at the same time, you should understand your actions. If you take action, especially with a mob of other people, your actions, you have to be accountable for your actions. You can't just say, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. It was a lot of us. Everybody in that situation could be charged with murder, including the onlookers that watched it happen. So, like, this situation, like, it got out of hand, and I'm pretty sure that they didn't intend on her dying, but this is the reality. You have to understand that when you fight, if you have the tendency to black out, if you do something in a mob mentality, it doesn't matter who did the final blow. You all did it as a group. So you're all held accountable. And, like, I don't think these girls realize what, like, their actions. And, like, and if they did realize, they realized it way well after. And at this point, it's not. And at this point, it's in the hands of justice.
Yeah, like you said, we was having that discussion, And I was telling you how in junior high, you know, I was in the bathroom. You know, we used to go in the bathroom and fight. And I was in the bathroom and the guy was fighting. You know, it wasn't a crowd. It was just me and him. And then one of my boys walked in, you know, and he jumped in. And when he threw the dude to the ground, the guy hit his head on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? We was like, oh, you know what I mean? We thought he busted his head wide. We thought he stood his head wide open, everything. We just ran. And that goes to your point, like, you know, when you in that situation and things get heated, you don't know what can happen. You don't know what can happen. And that's what you gotta be conscious of what you're doing. You know what I mean? And you feel me? Like, it's sad that she lost her life. I really don't think the girls meant to kill her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really don't think they meant to kill her, but they did. So now they got an answer for that.
Yes.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
And if I was, like, as a parent, so now I can look at it as a parent. As a parent, I would want them punished to the full extent of the law.
Amen.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that excuse I just made or things can happen, this, that, and the third. Like, no. Like, no.
They should be charged as adults.
Exactly.
And everybody that was in that area should be charged, whether it was with gross negligence when you don't help somebody that's in need of help. Like, these people watch this. Some people watch this happen and did nothing. They should be held accountable as well, because you watched them severely beat this girl. You saw the one girl that said allegedly banged her head up against the sink or the toilet. Like, at that point, somebody should have interfered, because they possibly could have saved her life.
Yeah. And they got to get out of this, you know what I mean?
It's that mob mentality.
Yeah. I think today, if I hope I'm not mistaken, I think they finally did bring charges up on them today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure the full extent of them, because I know they haven't even been. I think they just been penalized by the school.
Wow.
You know, it wasn't even. I mean, because school was waiting for the cops for the investigation and all this for them to make the charges, but they weren't allowed back on school campus, but they really didn't face any penalties yet, any expulsions and stuff like that.
Wow.
You know, so I'm pretty sure all that's going to come. You know what I mean? But like I said, as a parent, I would want them punished to the full extent of the law.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, like, not charged as kids, charged as adults. At the point when you thought that was okay, you need to be charged as an adult. She was, 16, 15? Yeah, no. They need to be charged as adults. And everybody that was onlookers or watchers or video recorders, they all need to go down.
The crazy thing, though, like, now nobody wants to intervene or try to help out. First thing everybody does is pull out their phone and want to record it. Nobody wants to try to get in there and stop it or help somebody. You got to be the first one to pull your phone out and have all the footage caught on tape, which is crazy. I know if my son or daughter was somewhere getting jumped by 2 or 3 people and you got everybody in there pulling out phones and say somebody stepping by to help, oh, best believe I'm gonna be highly upset with everybody involved in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. This world is not the world that we grew up in. It's the way it's turning out right now. We're in bad shape.
Yeah, I think, you know, wow, like we talked about earlier, you know, the mentality has changed, and then also, you know, everything's more exposed now. So a lot of stuff that happens now, you know, it happened before.
Mhm.
You feel me? But, you know, there wasn't no, like we spoke about before in another previous show, there wasn't no camera phones.
Yeah.
Nope. Now, you mean we ain't have all that stuff. You feel me? And then sometimes it's like discreetness. You know what I mean? We used to be discreet about some things we used to do back in the day. You know what I mean?
And now everybody want to share it.
Yeah, everybody want to share it. Everybody want to be known. It's like everybody want a name. Everybody want to be famous for something or infamous for something. You know what I mean? And there's no respect, man. There's no discreetness. It's just like everybody out for themselves. You know what I mean? There's no compassion. You feel me? Because if any of them girls, if anybody that was in that area when that was happening to that girl had any compassion,
yeah,
they would have intervened. Somebody would have been like, stop. Know what I mean? But no, nobody did it. And if there was any dudes around, you know what I mean, they lose a lot of respect for me.
Yeah.
So I don't like to see dudes sitting there, you know what I mean, this girl getting jumped, this, that, and the third. Like, nah, man. I mean, break that up. Be a man. So we break that up. Don't let that go down.
Yeah. I mean, it's just getting crazy.
Yeah. Well, people, I think that's about it. We had a great show tonight. Touched on plenty of topics. You feel me? And I love when we have shows like these, little trend topics, because we can bounce around, talk about different things. You feel me? And also like the people that's listening, we want y'all to engage more. You feel me? Want to say thank you to the caller we had earlier. Future reference, you can log on to www.blogtalkradio.com/GFT Radio Show. Check out any of our future shows. Go to our website, gftradioshow.com. Sonny.
Yes.
Your walk, your team.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. I found an autism walk in my area, South Ewan, at Fisher School. The information is definitely on the blog. Go to the blog, www.gftradioshow.com. The information is there. We're going for Team Xavier. So far, my goal is $200. So far, I've raised $95, and it's only been up for a couple hours. So I'm really excited. If you're in the area and you want to join the walk, you could definitely join the team and be a member and walk with us. Or you can donate to us. You can donate whatever you so choose. Any little bit of help to raise money for autism awareness. It's going to be a great day, and I can't wait to go. But we're going for my son, Team Xavier.
Yes. Wonderful. J-Ro, you got anything you want to say before we sign off, boss?
Nah, not really. I mean, my typical thing, where to find me at Google, JRO609, JRO609, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm everywhere.
You want to let them know how to get in touch with you too, Sonny?
Yes, I am Sonny_D on Twitter and Instagram. You can hit up the GFT Radio Twitter, which is GFT_radio.com. My blog is unreservedlyme.wordpress.com. So look me up and find me.
All right. Y'all can catch your boy at kingstruth.com. You can find me on Snapchat, King's Truth. Hit me up on Twitter, Trenton Groomy. You know what I mean? I'm always online. You catch me everywhere. You feel me? Thank y'all for listening. You feel me? Don't forget to hit our YouTube channel up if you missed any shows. And we'll talk to y'all later, man. Enjoy the night.
Bye, guys.
All right.
All right, good people.
Germantown, Kensington, everyone in Philly. We know we're the realest. Real fly and real hot. Especially when it comes to breakfast. That's why when you want fresh cracked eggs, real sausage, and a cup of McCafe coffee made fresh, you gotta come to McDonald's, where they serve real food for the realest place.
A delicious, freshly brewed hot or iced McCafe coffee every day, anytime, starting at $1. Prices and participation may vary, a la carte only.